down my name. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Oh, midnight highway, shining just like sin. Why don't you hear me wonder? Tell me, river, where your current flows. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Oh, stop your freight train, let a lost man ride. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Fare you well, darling, ain't coming back no more. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Who been whispering since I've been gone so long? Freedom calling.
keeps kicking me in the dick? Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Alright, we're not going to do Hun practice, and we're not going to do Kiowa practice or anything like that tonight. We're just going to do like an old warm-up merge, just to see if I can do it. I'm a little sore tonight. Still waiting on that new body. Walmart hasn't gotten back a hold of me, and neither has Elon Musk, so I'm still waiting. No new body yet. It's gonna happen. Which actually reminds me, Trax, are you gonna be around later tonight? Like, able to set up bindings later tonight? Because there's a good chance I'm not going to be able to fly for a real long time tonight. So we can probably, if you have time tonight sometime, I can do that in Discord and get you all squared away with bindings. I don't need my body for that. Just my brain. Oh, speaking of which, let's do the merge with the Hornet. I haven't done air-to-air Hornet in forever. Be like the easiest dogfight ever. Oh shoot, hold on, I gotta leave. I got this thing set up for my testing still. I can't do the merge right now. I'd be invincible. Let's see. Immortal, unlimited weapons, turn all that off. We're good to go. It doesn't matter what you're working with. The easiest way for me to do this, because I'm not you and I'm not the one holding it, is I will go through the most important bindings you're going to need, because you're going to use them a lot, and let you put them where you see fit. That way you'll remember them 1,000 times better. Out of my experience with teaching new pilots, that's the best way to do it in my opinion. Unless you're going to use the actual HOTS for the actual equipment you're binding, then I'm just going to let you put them by where you want them based on what they do. Because it does, like when it comes to a Hornet, your main switch is your sensor selection switch. You're going to use that more than anything else. Your weapon select and your sensor switch, those two four-ways are what you do most of your bindings with. So those will be the most important. And you'll put those wherever the hell is most comfortable for you. That way you remember. Besides the axes, like you'll put your slew on your slew. Is there no sound? Nope, there's no sound. Okay, we have a jet. Oh wait, I gotta redo that anyway. What's the loadout? Or wait, do I already have a loadout? I've already got a loadout. Screw it, we don't gotta redo nothing. All right. Plus, after you've been flying it for a little bit, you're going to find certain things that you're going to want to change on the bindings eventually, too. I also don't bind everything. I only bind things I really need to bind. Other stuff, I just keep in the cockpit, and I'll just use my virtual finger here to push the buttons. I don't bind, like, every single little thing. I bind, like, my sensor select switch. I bind my weapons selector. I bind my trim hat. I bind my designate and undesignate. I bind my air brakes. I bind my cage, uncage, field of view, raid. The important stuff. Pickle button, trigger. and some radar functions. Like I've got a hat for my antenna angle, so I can change the vertical pitch of my radar antenna. So I can just change the vertical on the radar really quickly, because you'll need that. But I don't have like a binding on the range buttons. I just reach up here and just click them. Or you can move the cursor up and down with your slew. Alright, and away we go. And of course you gotta have your paddle. Gotta bind the paddle always. Landing gear and flaps. We're gonna spawn 5. We're just gonna spawn all of them because they're all just gonna die super quick. I say that and I'm gonna get killed, but I'll try not to kill them all from a distance so we can get into a high alpha, low speed dogfight at the end. That'll be fun. Plus that'll see if my body's gonna handle this very well. Yeah, you want to have resistance in the stick. It makes flying, for one, way more realistic, because sticks are not, like, super light, depending on what you're flying, too. Like, the older ones were really not that light. Certain aircraft, though, are extremely kind of floppy, actually. They're so light. Helicopter-wise, anyway. What's up, Jock? How's your stream? Yeah, the 56, that's horrible. The whole thing weighs like 3 ounces. You gotta have weight behind it. There's a reason why when you're doing certain maneuvers, you're going to reach over with your left hand to help yourself on the stick, because when you're pulling more G's, it's putting more pressure on the control surface, it's putting more tension in the stick. Even with all the augmentations and stuff in the stick, it's still a lot of pressure. Alright, what do I got? 4 AMRAAMs and 2 Sparrows and 6 9Xs. Okay, we can take on an entire fleet. There they are. Actually, we should have them on data link. Oh, we're at 40. Let's go out to 80 and we'll have them. Oh, maybe we won't. Did I turn my data link on? I did. Wonder why they're not there. What's up, Tex? that's interesting. There we go. All right, we got a passive track. O'Neill, this is DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, and hello from Georgia. How are you doing? All right, 30 miles. Surprised it's actually going to memory track so much. All right, box 3. Box 3. Box 3. Box 3, there's all our AMRAMs. See how we do. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. Are we gonna get 444? We are gonna get 444. Maybe. No, we got 3 of 4. All right, switching to Sparrows. Box 1. We're gonna merge with the last one as long as this Sparrow hits, which it looks like it's got a good track. Nope, never mind. It does not have a good track. Might be going for the second. It went for the second. Nope, it missed completely. Perfect. Here's a bad Fox 1. It might get him still though. Keep an eye on this guy. He's trying to go below. Give it to me. Thank you. All right, we got 1 guy left. to maybe? No, way too close. No, I got him. Never mind. I got him. That was a pretty close snapshot, but we got him. There we go, 5 for 5. I don't have any 1968 SAMs on this in this practice map. Actually, maybe I do. Do I have like an old SA2 or 3 out here? I don't think I have that on this map. I think I have it on a different map for practicing SAMs. That's just armor. No, never mind. No, yeah, see, oh, I do. There you go. So there's an SA3. That's a low blow. So that's Vietnam. Late
Altitude.
Vietnam. Whoops.
Altitude.
Late Vietnam. Alright, that was a good warm-up, but it's definitely hurt. Let me fly around for a little bit longer. We'll jump over to the Cold War map and see if we can get a couple flights in, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do this for a real long time tonight. I think my old broken body needs a little bit of a break. But we will give it a shot. That's what I would do, Trax. I mean, yeah, practice your welding and then just, buy some materials and make it yourself. Build like a good solid, well, I mean, if you've got the money, just buy some metal, some good square metal barring and make a frame and then get some sheet metal and then you can make your own and mount all your stuff exactly where you want it. That's the way to do it. Probably the cheapest way too, to be honest. Just buy the raw materials and some welding rod and go for it. That's what I would do if I had money and a body that worked properly. I was going to say you can use wood for the framing to make it lighter and save money, but then you got to worry about the wood, rotting or getting older and deteriorating. Whereas if you just get some, square metal piping, you can just make it out of metal and brace it well, and it'll last forever, but it's going to be heavy. I would say make it in pieces. So when you're ready to move it, like the left side, the right side, the bottom, the seat mount and all that is all its own pieces that kind of just lay together when you're going to use it, because it's heavy, so the right frame is not going to move, and you can just kind of pull it apart when you're ready to move. You don't even have to make it to where it locks into each other, because they're just big heavy metal pieces. So just set the base down on the ground, put the front piece on it where all your stuff is, and then put the sides on it, put the back end last and all that, and Right. That's why I was thinking the wood. Just do it with metal. If you've got the money, just do it with metal. And like I said, just make it all separate pieces that you can pull off and move in its own pieces, like right wall, left wall, back, front, bottom base, and then the seat. So that even though it's heavy, you know, you can just unplug everything and remove the modules and then grab each piece one at a time and move them. It's made out of wood. Eventually screws, bolts, all that stuff's going to start working through it. It's going to deteriorate. The wood's going to start changing and getting soft. Even if you got really good treated wood, you know, it's still, you're going to run into it eventually where you have to start replacing wood. Make it out of metal, you don't got to worry about it. Just make sure it's all, you know, after you weld it, coat it all so that you don't have to worry about rust and shit, and you're done. Yeah, I might get a couple flights in. Let's see if we can. Let me do a helicopter warm-up, and then we'll jump over to the server and see if I can get a few flights in. We're probably going to call it a little early tonight. If I do call it early, I'll still be in the Discord. If anyone needs help with stuff, I'll be around, you know, like normal all the way throughout the night. I just don't think I'm going to be able to fly hardcore tonight. Oh shit, that's the wrong Huey. Thought I had a hot start Huey here. There we go. Yep. Okay, I must set her down. Hovering is not happening tonight. Ugh. Alright, let's just go to the server. I was holding my breath on that one. At least we've made a lot of good progress on the war, so taking a night off ain't gonna hurt it too much. We're already like halfway through, right? I think. We're at Hama. Or did we actually take Hama? I don't even remember now. We might have taken Hama. Yeah, we did take Hama last night. Shit, we're definitely halfway. Oh, everybody's already in there. See, you guys don't even need me. Win the war, do it. I'll watch. I'll be on the sidelines talking shit constantly. That's what I'll do. Even if you're doing great, I'm just going to be here telling you everything you do wrong. It'll be like real military. It'll be like real military. I'll just be like, everything that you think you're doing right, you're not. It's all wrong. Welding's not even that hard, to be honest. Or I don't think so. I used to weld all the time. I didn't think it was that difficult. The hardest thing I had with was brazing, which is not, it's like welding, but it's different. And also, acetylene torch welding was a little bit harder, but when you get into like MIG, TIG, and wire feed and all that, and just using stick welding, it's actually not that hard. You just got to get used to the thickness of the material you're using. That was always the biggest thing for me, was depending on the thickness of the metal, make sure you're not using too powerful of a rod so you blow through the metal too quick. Make sure your settings aren't so hot that you burn through the metal too quick. And make sure you clean the slag out of the weld way better than you think you're doing. When in doubt, grind the top of the weld down and before you set your next bead in there to make sure there's no slag in there, because that'll get you more than anything else. And you're probably not going to do acetylene torch welding or brazing, so don't even worry about it. You're just going to be stick welding, so... MIG, so wire feed. Wire feed is like super easy. You just gotta set the machine right. If it's too hot or the spool is too hard, then you'll blow through the metal. You just gotta make sure you're not cooking it. That's it. It's not hard at all. You'll get the little swirl movements down after a little bit. The little back and forth half crescent moon. Just do it a few times, you'll kind of get the hang of it. I think anyway, in my opinion, in my experience, it wasn't really hard at all. The hardest part was making sure you clean everything out of the weld before you start laying your next bead in, because just one little bit of slag inside the weld, and because when I was learning, you'd have to do all your welds. Then what the teacher would do was grab the metal and put it into a hydraulic press and bend it. So you had to make sure your welds were good, or else the metal would snap. And if your welds were good, it would just bend. And that was usually because slag, the welds weren't cleaned up good enough. The dam is still here? I am really surprised the dam didn't get taken last night. I thought we kind of had it. Tab Q's good though. So I guess we need to clear off the dam and then we can go straight for Oscar. Oh, I know what I need to do, but I don't know if I want to do it. 40 miles? 35 miles. You guys think I can do 35 miles? I think I can do 35. Oh, wait, well, yeah, I can probably do it. I can use a lot of the trim, force trim. It's just going to be painful getting the force trim set. Once I'm set, though, I should be able to just let go. How much stuff is there, Indica? Actually, he probably can't tell me right now. He's flying. Okay, I'm gonna spawn in at Aleppo just to get a scout up for Indica, I think. Unless he can just see everything. I'll let him do it. He's got it. He's got it. Tab Q, there we go. Oh, let me go ahead and I'm gonna take a whole dose of medicine right now. None of this half dose shit tonight. Just rely on the force trim a little bit more than normal. Alright, where are we going? What's the actual name? Ah, shit, this thing's still loading. Give me a minute. Let's let it load. I always forget the Chinook isn't done yet, and doesn't load all the way yet. The fuel valves and it just stays flying right now. That's ridiculous. It didn't do that before. I'm pretty sure before you could pull the fuel and it would fall out of the friggin' sky, or it would, you know, it'd start shutting down. I wonder what happened. Alright, and we're gonna attempt to get to Mike. 36 miles. We got a waypoint. Let me grab some troops. What's up, Vic? God, even the map's not loading. DCS did a patch. Shit's gonna start breaking. Alright, we got troops.
We're ready. Let's go.
Alright, here we go. I noticed there was a "Do you want to learn how to fly?" tab when I was starting the stream up, and I was like, I'm really tempted to just click on those lessons and see what it does on the stream, but I'm not going to do that. I know I'd talk way too much shit if I did that. I'm trying to get people into DCS, not push them away. So I removed it. But I've tried to do some of their tutorials before, and they were god-awful. I was like, as soon as I tried to do some of those, I was like, okay, now I know why people that try to get into DCS don't make it, and they quit.
2 o'clock, searching. Hawk. 2 o'clock, searching.
Trimmed up mostly, so I'm not hurting myself yet. I think we should be able to cruise right about like this, unless the speed keeps creeping. I can't hold on to the stick very long. We're gonna have to fly by just getting the force trim close and then kind of letting it go. There we go, 138, that's fine. It's just gonna suck when I go to land. So we're going to go up here and we're going to capture this fob, and then we'll be able to launch helicopters from here to attack all the areas around there. Just to make it easier to capture them after we attack them from the air. MIG welder you purchased, does it also have a stick unit on it? Usually they do. Just looks like a jumper cable clamp to put your like 6018 or 7018. I think that's the stick we used a bunch of, was 7018. Big thick stick. terms F-18 tutorials out there. I think I did, though. I'll have to look and see if there's something I can supplement with. I don't think I did a whole bunch of them, but I think I did, like, cockpit familiarization, probably on-speed landing and takeoff, and I probably maybe did something with air-to-air or maybe JDAMs. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, Chuck's Guides is probably the best place to look outside of just asking people. I don't have a whole ton of tutorials on YouTube, but I do have some that are kind of like watered down on purpose to make it more palatable, because I noticed a lot of videos people made to try to help people are waterboarding them with unnecessary information a lot of the time that can make it harder for people to just get through that barrier and get going. But I don't know if I did that much with the Hornet yet. I know I did some stuff, it's just been a minute. And I really try on those videos to make it a lot simpler and easier to kind of get people to really kind of absorb the information instead of trying to give them 1,000 things to think about all at once. I've seen a couple of Godspace Games short videos. Is he the one that's got the lisp? I think that's the same person. I think I watched some of their stuff on the Mosquito, because I knew jack and shit about the Mosquito. And British aircraft are just weird. I always hated their idea of taxiing. Their engineering of all of that is so bass-ackwards. To everybody, especially when it comes to stuff like aviation. It's too easy to get task saturated too. Even if you know a lot, it's easy to get task saturated when you're doing aviation. So if you're not used to that kind of stuff, it's 1,000 times worse.
Fixed wing, 4 o'clock, searching.
That's why I always do my best to try to remove my own personal experience and the way I am with things when I'm trying to help somebody with something. because I do know how task saturation can screw you up real bad.
Fixed wing. 3 o'clock. Searching.
19 miles.
Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching. Gun. 6 o'clock. Searching. Rolling. 6
Hopefully I
o'clock.
don't get shot
Searching.
at. I don't know what they have at that military base, but I can always... Let's go out. Let's head over here a little bit.
Hawk. 4 o'clock.
We'll head
Searching.
farther
Hawk.
west
4 o'clock. Searching.
and come in at that fob from the northwest. Good job, Indica. Oh, it looks like Jake helped too. Both of them. Nice. Now capture it.
Hawk. 3 o'clock. Searching.
Or at least defend it until the NPCs can capture it. It's not that I'm not a fan, I just don't have it. But I mean, I know what it is. I know what the flight models are more than likely like, and I know they're fun and not really correct. Probably would be my ultimate guess. Okay, you can cap with either squads of troops or you can bring zone supplies to capture or tear up zones. And of course, warehouse supplies actually pulls munitions out of the warehouse and puts them in your vehicle, and then you can transport them to a new warehouse. So yeah, troops, eight-man squads of troops or zone supplies. Tracks. You definitely got to put time in for sure. I would just say learn the plane first and then grab the most useful system and start learning that system first, and don't try to learn all the systems to be good at everything all at once, and you won't have that problem as much. And you'll get more motivated as soon as you get that, when you start being able to fly around, take off, land, and then the system you're learning, you start putting it to use and blowing some shit up, you'll get motivation right off of that pretty easily usually.
Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching.
And use your editor to set yourself up with practice tools to get better. You know, if you're learning air-to-air, create a couple of spawn buttons.
Fixed wing. 12 o'clock. Searching.
Or just set up a map that has some enemy flight units here and there. And start practicing. Start off, don't give the enemy like a bunch of long-range missiles, so you can get used to using your radar, locking them up, shooting at missiles. Get closer if you want to start learning dogfights. As soon as you start getting more comfortable, give the enemy more weapons or increase their difficulty. The editor is the best training tool you've got. It's really good. Oh, don't crash.
2 at 6. 8 o'clock. Searching.
Worst case scenario, if the NPC capture it, I will, as soon as I capture this one, I'll despawn and spawn back up there and go capture it.
640. 4 o'clock. Searching.
Oh, the whole program crashed. I got you. Welcome back, Jason. And welcome, I can't read that name, but that looks Russian? Altimeter's on the right there. 1,320 feet. Left side's the airspeed. And then the VVI was the small gauge on the bottom right. And then the HSI rose is my direction at the very bottom there. And we are 10 miles, so about 11 miles. We're not actually that high. We're actually fairly low. Yeah, 168.
Dark Star
159,
1-1,
160.
notice.
And I didn't even change my QFE.
3 o'clock. Searching.
I just got in the bitch and took off. You can see the radar altimeter height down there at the VVI. We gotta be getting close. Oops. Yeah, I'm not getting any RWR off that military base yet. Yeah, nothing. Maybe they don't have any radars down there. Am I on autopilot? No, I'm flying. We be flying. I'm using force trims so that I don't have to hold the stick back so much or forward so much. But I mean, I'm in a helicopter, you're gonna use force trim like all the time in a helicopter, unless it's like a really light, tiny helicopter. Shouldn't there be like a body of water over here that it's near it? Yeah, there's a body of water right near it. guess it just depends. When they're done programming the Chinook, it will have something that's similar to an autopilot when all the DAFCS and AFCS systems are actually implemented, but they're not implemented yet. So right now there's just a couple of holds. All the augments are not in there, and so on. I think it just has an altitude hold right now. I don't know if it even has a heading hold, but when the Chinook is completely done and it's all programmed, what you'll be able to do is put your heading, your altitude, and your airspeed into the DAFCS system, and then it'll do it. So if you're flying long distances flat, then you can kind of set it up to fly itself for a decent ways. But that stuff's not implemented into DCS yet for the Chinook. The Chinook's not done yet. It's fairly early access still. But all helicopters have force trim. All force trim does is lock the stick wherever you have it positioned at the time, so you don't blow your arm out trying to fly. Was I Army? No. No, I grew up in the military, and I've got all my family's in the military. I personally did not get to serve because of physical problems. So I got to fly most of my life, but not for the military specifically. Unfortunately.
6 o'clock, searching.
But luckily, before I got fully disabled, I was able to fly quite a bit most of my life. But for the last 14 or 15 years now, most of it was spent in and out of the hospital trying not to die. And I probably won't be able to fly ever again.
6 o'clock, searching.
So now we're doing DCS.
6 o'clock, searching.
I actually got the double whammy of military life. My biological father was a Navy man, and my stepfather was Air Force. There's going to be a hill right before I get there. Oh, so you were testing me. I was just making shit. I was just making everything up.
6 o'clock, searching.
This damn water. There's the water. Okay. There should be some tents over there too. We can build the fob right there, I believe. Dragon, are you grabbing the yeah, okay. Dragon's grabbing the damn. God damn, I can barely hold this stick right now. Might have to take another dose of medicine here pretty quick.
6 wing, 1 o'clock, searching.
Oh, well, if you were a pilot... Well, no, you weren't a pilot. You were an engineer.
Searching.
You should definitely, if you're interested in aviation, you should definitely check out DCS, because the flight models are the closest thing to actual flight you're going to find that's digital. Which is why there's also a military version of DCS used for training. The flight models, out of all the stuff I've ever messed with that's digital, DCS is the only one that's even close to real flight. And it's very close. It's not perfect, but it's really close. Keeping it below 180 feet the whole flight here. Especially because there's a enemy military base right over there. Buddy of mine was actually a crew chief on the 53s, the Stallions. Actually, I haven't talked to him in a little bit. I need to reach out to him again. He used to hang out with me on DCS every now and then. Am I in the gray? I am in the gray. Perfect. Let's just set her down right here. Looks pretty flat. It was 1,300 feet, but that was like that was MSL. That wasn't radar altimeter. All right, dropping off some troops. All right, we're about to have a fob.
Boys.
All right, we got a fob. All right, Jake, you will be a sacrificial lamb at Oscar. Wait, should be pre-briefed as 49, Oscar. It's also where the Scuds were. I will get a JTAC up there for you. In just a minute. Give me a second. I gotta grab some more medicine. I didn't bring my other medicine over here, and I'm dying. Give me just a second. I'll get a JTAC up for you, though. Okay, Jay, no problem. Tombstone, no problem at all. And thank you for your service. Jake, what are you flying?
2 o'clock, searching.
If you tell me what you're flying, I think I know what you're flying, but I can give you a tactical rundown once I know what's there too, or at least have a good idea what might be there. An A-10C or an A-10C2, because it makes a huge difference on what I think you can handle. I'm gonna put the FM over Oscar, so nobody grab the FM frequency for the JTAC. Shilkas, technicals. All I see so far is Shilkas and technicals, but there might be more there. Give the scout like a few minutes to populate. I'm gonna say if you're using the C2 and you've got a Litning pod, my suggestion would be 6 Maverick Ds, ballast for your Litning pod, whatever bombs you want to bring. Probably GBU 12s would be better than bringing slick irons, just because the amount of AAA that's there is going to be rough. Okay, there's 2 Tunguskas. So get up in the air and get your targeting pod looking at 49. And left and right, there's a single Tunguska on each side of the scuds. The one to the left is going to be farther out. That's your first targets. Your first 2 Mavericks should be one at each Tunguska before you worry about anything else. After that, there's 2 Shilkas, the Zeus 23s that just say Zeus 23, and the symbol's different. It's got the SHD symbol. Those are Shilkas. You want to kill those 2 next. After that, dealer's choice. There's just some technicals after that and some scuds. Well, do what you can with what you know how to use, and later on we can get you squared away on, well, I mean, I sent you a bunch of material, right? You can start going through that stuff to learn how to use a lot of that, and then you can just ask stuff that you don't get yet or understand, and I can help you with that. That's the easiest way to do it. Most of those training videos I sent you are going to get you squared away pretty solidly. Indica, be careful. Those 2 Tunguskas are right there. That's going to be your biggest worry. I'm not going to put a scout over Juliet. That's a hidden zone. And matter of fact, I'm going to do Juliet. Dragon, grab Dam. I'm going to go ahead and Juliet. I'm going to go up in an A10C2 myself, and because Juliet's got hidden units, you can't scout it. We've got to just go look. Oh, are they sitting on the ground back there at wherever you came from? Foxtrot? I've done that before. I wouldn't feel bad. I've done that before. I've spawned all my crates and then just took off. I was talking or answering questions and wasn't thinking, and I literally just spawned a bunch of shit and then flew away from it. And it was like a 30-mile flight. Well, there you go, man. Just get up there and use your Mavericks at Oscar. I will just say there is danger there. Tunguskas and Shilkas, so fire your Mavericks from 8 to 6 miles and then pull off. Don't get closer than that. You should be able to get a contrast lock at 8 miles, no matter your altitude. 8 miles should be where you can absolutely get a contrast lock. So fire whatever Mavericks you want to fire in the time, but if you get close to 6 miles, just pull away and come back around. Don't get target fixated and stay looking down at your sensors and flying right at them. 6 miles should be your cutoff for those threats that are there. And I'm gonna go hunting in Juliet, see if I can find those hidden units.
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Oops. We'll go ahead and leave full fuel.
Morning comes too early.
Oh crap, hold on. I forgot to grab a drink. Ah, man, I'm just hurting myself now. I forgot to grab a drink.
Trying to keep me warm. Boss man count his tail. We just count our turn. Fair don't come easy. I had to stand and fight for mine.
Okay. You'll like bombs, Jake. Bombs are really easy for the most part, especially if you're using the C2. That means you've got the full IGI and GPS, so you can use JDAMs. JDAMs are bombs for dummies, as long as the target's not moving. Laser guided, I think, they're super easy too, but there is a little bit more to them, so I guess on the scale they're a little bit more difficult, but I don't think you'll have any problem with them either. They're pretty simple. It's just a matter of like knowing where you're flying and where your laser's shooting and not masking it until the impact of the bomb. It's really that simple. Which also means you gotta get a little bit closer.
People talk about difference, but I just see the same. Every heart need kindness.
Oh crap. If there's people sending me messages right now in Discord, I'll get to them after the stream. I just noticed there's a bunch of Discord messages stacking up. Oh man. I swear, my body sucks.
So sing a song for mercy, sing it clear and kind. We all walk this same good earth, just trying to ease our mind.
Okay. I think I'm going to take one more. Let me take another. I'm just going to take a half dose this time, just to try to get a little bit more flight time out of this. Uh-oh, Nix is using performance-enhancing substances again. Okay. Oh god, that stuff tastes nasty. Where was I? Does DCS support ComSec? It depends on what exactly you mean by ComSec. Like there is radios that are all encrypted, and you can use your regular guarded or unguarded channels on your radios like you can in real life. There's data links and link 16 depending on what aircraft you're using. That stuff's encrypted, but it's not like there's no enemy trying to hack your radios in DCS. So like all of the actual communication security that you would use in real life that's built into most of these planes is here, but the enemy's not like trying to hack it. But there are ECM, if you're talking about like ELANT systems and electronic warfare pods, that stuff's all in the game, yes. That's right, sports are better with PEDs, and I'm the poster boy for PEDs because I have to take so much shit just to stay friggin' alive. Flying is more fun if you have a Nix. I've been told this. And Nix requires a lot of PEDs just to stay breathing. Like right here, I've got the 131. So that's the ALQ 131 pod right there, which is not that great. It's mainly a white noise machine, but you know, you can change the frequency of it to try to white noise whatever's trying to lock you. It's got the more modern pods, which you can see I've got my ECM center down here for my programs and all that. It's all here depending on which aircraft you're flying. You can put the 189 long pod on the Viper, and that's the one where you can literally latch on to a SAM that's locking you and attempt to push the lock off you if you know how to use it. So yes, this stuff, those things are in here. The ELINT systems are in here. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, especially the declassified versions. So some of the newer Link 16 stuff is not going to be here. But if you're in, like, say, a Hornet, the Legacy Hornet, you can actually use the Link 16 and the MSI like you would in real life with AMRAMs. So that stuff's in here. It just depends on how deep you want to go, and I'm not willing to say everything, but a lot of it is here, yes. But the normal ComSec stuff, which would just be like mainly the radio communications and the communications with the JTAC, that stuff is all encrypted, and we do have guarded channels, but you don't necessarily need them in DCS. But they are there. But there's no mechanic where, like, the enemy Red 4 is gonna hack our actual radio communications and know what we're doing. They just have AI that tries to determine what we're doing and try to counter it. So it's not like if you're on your radio and you're just using the channels and you're not using a guarded channel and you say something, the enemy doesn't respond to that. But like straight up radiation style ELINT systems, yeah, all that's in here for sure. White noise, locks, jams, ALQ, APNs, a lot of those systems. Even the really old systems are in here, like on the Hun. I still can't believe they put that thing in the Hun. It's cool that they did, but that thing's annoying. Alright, what was I doing? Yeah, like normally on the A10 C2, because we've actually got the C2 with the upgrades, you can actually put the 184 on here, which is actually more modern than I would have expected DCS to have, but it's actually got the 184 in here. We just can't use it on this server because this server's timeline is older than that. The 184 doesn't exist yet on this timeline. Alright, where am I going? Juliet should be 41. Let me get my mission set up here. Juliet. Dismiss. All of the CDUs and everything are the actual CDUs. I can get down here, I can program all my stuff. I can mess with the IGI and the INS, the whole bit. These are the actual systems, so... I will say, like I said, when it comes to like actual military aviation and stuff, nothing even comes close to the realism, because DCS is actually doing these systems correctly. They're not like making an arcade version, which is what most flight sims do. This is all the real stuff, the real way it works. Like right here, okay, so I'm in my A10. We can connect to the data link, which we are doing right now, so we'll go to our net. We've got our group ID for our link, and we're gonna set up our own ID. So with that, that means when another A10 logs in, he will automatically be connected to my data link because I changed my ID on purpose, so that if somebody else that doesn't know what they're doing grabs an A10, they're going to automatically be in my data link so I can see what they're doing. And then we will, oops. And now we are broadcasting my SPIs and information onto the data link. So now other people that are on my data link will be able to see where my SPI is, because it'll be a different color in their symbology, and they'll know that's what I have targeted, just to help all that out. So that's all in here. right, let's get up in the air before my brain starts melting. Yeah, I know a little bit about this and that. I don't think I'm a, like, I don't know everything about all the airframes by any means, but I do know a lot. But that's mainly because I grew up around all the actual pilots in a lot of these airframes, and I got a lot of knowledge from Navy and from Air Force because I basically had two families growing up, and one was Navy and one was Air Force, and all I ever wanted to be when I was growing up was a pilot. Though I didn't get to join the military completely, I did get to fly my whole life until I couldn't fly anymore. So I also absorb information and retain it really well because I grew up around all this stuff, so. All right, here we go. Shit, I forgot to turn my radio. My brain is all... I have trouble thinking when I've got all this pain going on right now. Fubar 11 taking off from Jira, heading south to Victor. Scratch Juliet. Alright, rotating. Don't mind my radio calls tonight, my brain's all scrambled. Alright, we're airborne and on the way. There is Juliet. We're gonna get up and we gotta get higher first, and then we will. What did I hook? I hooked something on accident. I hooked 16. Let's unhook that. Okay. And let's hook Juliet. And Juliet is hooked. Okay, now we're working. My eyesight was fine. My brain is great. I just had some physical issues. And it took a while to figure out exactly what was going on. But I had a rare genetic disorder with my arteries and veins that caused a whole shitload of problems when they finally found it. So they saved my legs, but now my body's kind of a nightmare of compounding pain issues and nerve issues because of all the surgeries and stuff. But I lived! And my legs work, they just hurt. But at least I did get to fly most of my life, you know? I got to fly a lot. I got to do a lot of things that a lot of people don't get to do, so it's all good. The only thing I wish I could have got more of was flying helicopters more. I never got a helicopter license. I only got to fly helicopters a very small amount. I really would have liked to have done more, because that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to be an AH-1 Cobra pilot. That's what got me into aviation. And that never happened. I did get to fly a little Robinson a bit, and I don't even remember what the other helicopter was. It was a Bell. One of the Bells. It's not like it was my helicopter. I don't even remember what it was, but I know it was a modern Bell. No, I have a great attitude now, trust me. That's a recent thing. I was very bitter and pissed off for the last like 12 years doing the hospital circuit and getting surgeries every 6 months. I was very bitter and pissed for a long time. I'm just good now. You're getting nicks now when I'm all chill and, you know, I'm past all the bitter, pissed off at the world stuff, but trust me, I was definitely that guy. I was very pissed. Mainly because every time I wanted to do something, it seemed like life would just punch me right in the balls with something major. So I was pissed for a while.
Two Mirages inbound from DS.
Alright, I need to pay attention. Oh, there is Tunguska's there and an SA2. There's a fan song SA2 at Juliet. I'm not going to be able to aggress it. I'm diverting to military base. Pre-brief 48. We're gonna have to do some seed, some little SEAD over the Juliet. Could I kill a fan song with a Maverick? Yeah, but I'm gonna have to wild weasel it. And in my current condition, dodging SAMs ain't the best idea. Speaking of which, SA5 nails. The SA5 is still active at the SAM site east of Palmyra. Man, I thought they took care of that thing. There it is. Square pair. Oh, I've graduated, buddy. I'm on 6 hours at a time. What was you flying? Wind. I've flown quite a bit of stuff. I think I put I put a decent amount of time in this old Cessna. I flew a Quicksilver quite a bit. I was in an custom MX-2 a lot. SA-5's launched on me. I'm defensive. That hurts.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up,
I defeated
pull up.
the SA-5. I'm not going to be able to get close to military base either with that SA-5. I'm going to RTB and grab some SEAD. Hey, well, welcome. If you want to see the streams in full screen, they'll be up on the YouTube channel within like a day or two of the stream. And also, I'm on Twitch live at the same time where all the full screen stuff is if you want to do that. And also, if you want to get into DCS, you should do it. If you need help, come ask all of us. Someone will help. That's what we're here for. We want more people. Yeah, I'm gonna have to RTB. There's too many roadblocks that can kill me in the way right now. Jira's not numbered, right? No, it's not. Jira traffic, Fubar 11 is coming in for a landing east to west. Jira traffic. Alright, let's unhook that. Oh, we're heavy as shit, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We'll have to baby this landing just a little bit because we haven't been up in the air long enough to even burn enough fuel. We're fine. We're in an A10. We're fine. It's just got to be a little bit smarter than normal. What's up, THC? We're always winning. Are you kidding? I'm always winning. That's why they call me lucky, and I've got an incurable disease and my body's all fucked up. That is winning, buddy. No, we're doing good, though. To be honest, we're actually moving really fast considering a week and a half or two weeks ago we were still stuck on Cyprus, and now we've already got half of northern Syria covered, so we're doing really good. Gyro traffic Fubar 11 on crosswind to final, runway east to west. Gyro traffic. I think that dock area is actually kind of lined up with the runway, if I remember correctly. Maybe. We could jettison all of our equipment into the river and get a court-martial. I was polishing my bombs when they suddenly fell off. That looks like a runway to me. Oh yeah, we are so fat. We're like full fuel. We've got full liquid dinosaur. We've got every pylon is stacked. I'm gonna go full idle and I'm gonna get the boards out. As soon as I start losing altitude here, we're gonna gain so much speed just because of how fat we are. I'll just hold down the boards the whole way in, just to get full hydraulic forward pressure. Okay, half flaps, gear coming down. Oh yeah, so much weight.
Altitude.
All right, full flaps. On speed, but we're not gonna come in on speed. We're gonna flare and float a little bit here, just because we're so heavy. There we go. Set it down like a baby. There we go. Aero brake. Keep that nose up. We should be able to get to about 75 knots with the aero brake just because we're so... Oh, come on. Oh, it's going to make a liar out of me. Nope, there we go. No, now we're coming down. 92 knots? That's actually really good aero brake still. Muscle memory for, well, if you play like a more arcadey flight sim and that's what you want to do, DCS is definitely not going to help you with that. DCS is going to be all about the realism. I'll tell you a funny story about that actually, which everyone around here has probably heard 1,000 times. I'm going to tell it again. Suck it. When I was sitting in the hospital all the time and people that know me were coming up going, you know, what are you going to do when you get out? And I'm like, I have no idea. And they're like, hey, well, we found this flight sim that we think you're going to like. It'll give you something to do. It'll be great. And they said, you got to check out this awesome realistic flight sim. And then they said, it's called War Thunder. And I didn't know anything about it. So I was like, awesome. Well, when I'm finally home and I can check it out, I'll take a look. And so when I got home, I downloaded War Thunder. And then immediately within like the next day, I was calling my friends saying, that's not realistic, you fucking idiot. That's not even in the same sport. And they're like, what? We thought they have a sim mode in it. I'm like, yeah, it's not. There's nothing realistic about the flight model in War Thunder. It's fun, kind of predatory, is definitely not a flight model. And then I found out there is a civilian version of DCS, and I'm like, okay, we'll do that. We'll find that. Alright. Flaps to half. Boards in. Let's go park this big fat overloaded wench. Where's the parking spots? Only in Syria would they design the airfields like this. You gotta drive for like, you're like cruising Main Street trying to find a place to park your jet. Got to do some yoke time. You know, I hate yokes. I always hated yokes. I really enjoyed flying that little Cessna. I don't remember what number it is. It was like a 2 something. You know, it was an older Cessna, but it's actually kind of nicer. It flew nicer than some of the newer ones that I had been in. I'd have to look up the number that it was, but I flew that thing a lot when I was young, and I hated yokes even back then. I never liked yokes. Give me a stick and a couple throttles, depending on the engine type. Never big on the yokes. I mean, I get it. Yokes work just fine. I just don't like it. I'll take a yoke when I'm driving a car. Oh, screw it. We're just gonna pull off right here. We're just gonna park it, stick a for sale sign on it. Okay, I am going to do seed. Yeah, I'm gonna take off and do SEAD at SA5 site just to try to silence that thing. I see there's some mirages up in the air too. Well, that means Juliet's not hidden though. That means I can also put a spy up there. It absolutely is my rehab, because trust me, I was kind of down on life for a while. So this actually, learning how to stream and getting into computers and learning about there being civilian DCS kind of gave me a reason to keep going for sure. I started off doing this with a mouse and keyboard on a much worse computer. Because I knew that this is, you know, I can't do much else anymore anyway. All I'm doing here is just sitting around waiting to get disability, which I still haven't gotten, and trying to survive. So this kind of gave me a real life again, I guess. It allows me to give back to aviation again, at least. I really enjoy helping people get into it and learning how to fly. So it definitely given me a goal. Because if I'm not doing this, man, I'm probably just sitting around doing therapy, you know, like physical therapy, trying to keep my body from shutting down and surviving. And we will be using the ASQ-213 ELANT pod for our harm targeting system. Because we're going to do a high velo, high angle shot. Hopefully. I might not get close enough to do it, but I'm going to try. I might have to dodge a couple of SA5s to get close enough to get the shot off, but we're going to kill that radar, or we're going to try. Alright, that should be good. Yep. Funny enough, that stick right there is what's in my hand right now. Because it's an A10 stick. And here's your ECM panel if you were going to use the 184 long pod. So this is the panel you would use and use your CMS switch to operate it in flight so that you could attempt to actually kick locks off. And it does work pretty well. I've been pretty successful with it. Just depends on the SAM system and how close you are. If you're really close to it, then the burn through is gonna, you're not gonna be able to utilize the pod that much, but. And there's a Daedalink trek. Alright, what is the... $50. Yeah, well, it's the same stick. The only difference is the original Warthog stick is mechanical, besides the buttons and switches and stuff. And then they just took that stick and they cut it off, and then they put all the circuitry down into the bottom, and it's a digital stick. Viper's the first digital aircraft. It's got a shitload of AUGs and stuff running it. It's also one of the dangers of it, though. It doesn't have a bunch of control redundancy. The redundancy on the controls is there's a hydrazine canister, so if you lose power, the hydrazine will pop and you'll have so many minutes of control, but you got to either land or punch out before you run out of hydrazine. If you want to see cool Viper stuff, Hester, he's a captain that flies Viper demos all over the world. And he uses a GoPro in his cockpit, so he films a lot of his, like, just parts of his flights. So you can go to his YouTube channel and just watch some in-cockpit video of him doing demos or flying to and from demos, doing air-to-air refueling, because he's just got a GoPro in the cockpit. Chaff and flare is right down here, where your RWR is. So I've got my semi mode turned on. There's my chaff, there's my flare, both of them turned on. And then I use my CWMS switch, depending on the direction I hit it, to dispense chaff and flare. I don't let the program do it for me because a friendly missile shooting off 30 miles away will blow half your chaffs and flares if you let it. Jira traffic, Fubar 11 taking off Jira east to west for a southeastern departure. Jira traffic. All right, here we go. All right, mill power. We'll hit the blower. Well, we're not going to hit the blower at all. We're just going to go mill power. We'll hit the blower when we go to climb. Rotating. And see you later. I'm not sure if 50 is going to be actually listed. So let's pull an azimuth off of our map and we'll just fly the azimuth roughly, and we're gonna have to get up high. The problem is as soon as I get high, that SA-5 is gonna start pinging the shit out of me. But we'll use that as a... Alright, 147. We'll use that as a gauge. Because SA-5s can shoot at you from a really far away, but when they're that far away, you can defend them quite easily, really. Alright, and we are conserving fuel for now. We'll bump up the blower as soon as we need to get some more altitude and we start losing our... When we start trying to pull too much AOA just to maintain. Alright, master arm on, air to ground. Let's go ahead and power up the harms. And let's get the ELANT pod system up. And let's set up our air-to-air switches. Alright, we're all fenced in and ready for war. Maintaining 400 knots. We got a good 7-degree climb. Looking good. Okay, Trax, take it easy. As soon as you got time, yeah, just leave me a message on Discord on when you have a good time frame of when you need my help to get all that stuff set up, and just leave that message to me, and then I'll see what I can do to make that time frame happen.
Counter.
We'll just go from there. Nails SA5 already. What are we at, like 70 miles or some shit? Yeah, exactly 70 miles. I'm only at 15,000 feet and it's already nailing. That's not good. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. Is that it? Yep, there it is. Okay, I see it at least. So we're gonna start collecting data on that radiation source, and when we get closer, we'll start triangulating. What I'm gonna have to do is defend each missile and then use that time to get a little bit closer each time until I can pop up higher to get a good angle. SA-5 firing, defensive.
Chaff flare.
So we're gonna hit the notch, and then we're gonna chap it off.
Chaff flare.
So right about there, we're in the notch. We're gonna get down low to the ground, and then we'll leave a chaff ball there.
Chaff flare.
I think I already got it. Yeah, I got it already. Defended, pursuing. We're just gonna have to play this game and see if we can get close enough to... This would be called wild weaseling, and it's not smart. But we're gonna keep doing this and see if we can get close enough to actually kill that thing. But I'm gonna have to stop flying early tonight. I would at least like to silence this thing for everybody else. Alright, that's one shot. We can count them down like Sesame Street. Okay, never mind. I'm getting close already. I think I'm going to be able to do this, so... Alright, we're hitting the blower. And we're going to offset to the right to start getting a triangulation on that radiation source. Come on, shoot at me again. That'll help my ELANT pod. And off blower. There's an SA-2 over here we got to be careful of. So we're going to go east when we go defensive. Because if I go defensive to the west, I might get into the range of that SA-2 over there, and then I'm sandwiched between two different SAM systems, and that's just not a good spot to be in. See, he's having trouble shooting at me right now because I'm kind of notching him a little bit. And I'm putting the angle on here so that my ELANT pod is getting SA5 fired defensive. Because I'm changing the angle that my ELANT pod is connecting with that SA5, that's going to give me a quicker route to get it triangulated, basically. If you just fly right at it, you can still get triangulation, but it takes a lot longer. So you want to keep changing the angles every time you get an update on the ELANT. Hitting the blower for a second. Got it. Chaff got it.
Altitude.
And chaff is great, but if you don't use it right, sometimes it won't help you at all. So that's why I don't chaff a shitload. I'll wait till I get in the notch and their radar isn't going to have trouble seeing me already because I'm notching it, and then that's when I leave the chaff behind it. It'll increase the chances your chaff is effective by leaps and bounds, as long as you're far enough away. If you're really close, then it's not going to be as effective. All right, let's get back up. I've still got it locked. That's not exactly where it is because we haven't triangulated it yet, but when it says PGM 5 right there, when it says PGM of 2, then we'll know that's about right where it is, and then we can shoot at it using that data track. SA5 nails. Oh, I gotta get rid of the bag. Alright, we're gonna unlock it for just a second, and we're gonna get rid of our bag so we're not dragging so much. Merry Christmas! Make a barbecue out of that. Alright, we're back on the job. And we're lighter. That thing is so far away. When I get close enough to engage it, Ronnie, it's pretty far away. It's a very, very, very long-range SAM, so we're kind of playing a game here, trying to get close to it. Hopefully it'll run out of missiles. I don't know how many missiles it had, so hopefully it'll stop trying to lock me up. SA5 fired defensive. Hopefully it'll run out of shots, you know, before it hits me.
Chaff flare.
We're on internal fuel. I gotta pay attention to that fuel gauge now.
Chaff flare.
Defeated.
Altitude.
Re-pursuing.
Altitude.
Okay, we're gonna offset left now. We still haven't got a solid data track because we're so far away. We gotta get so much closer to start getting good data. If I was at 30,000 feet, I'd be getting all kinds of data right now, but because the thing's shooting at me so much, it's kind of screwing me. No, I don't have a wingman right now. I got Indico over here, but these guys are attacking Oscar, which is right down there. They're attacking that place right there. So I'm doing this one alone at the moment. How many people are on the server right now? Ah, we got a few people flying. PGM of 2, I have a location. Okay, I know right where it's at. That's where the SA5 is, right there. Hitting the blower. I'm gonna have to dodge one more missile, I think, and then I'll be able to get a shot off. Never mind, I can get a shot off right now. Give me a second. I have a good track file. I'm getting ready to interdict the SA5. I just need airspeed. Come on. I need Mach 1. Shit. Magnum ×2 defensive. I'm gonna get 2 more shots off on it in just a second. 2 Magnums inbound to the SA5.
Chaff flare.
Damn, this is gonna be close.
Chaff flare. Altitude.
Defeated. Re-pursuing for 2 more shots. No, I didn't have to I didn't have to transfer fuel. I used the fuel in the center line first. So it was empty when I jettisoned. There's the smoke right there. There's a gecko there too. Firing on a gecko. Mark 1, Magnum 1. Mark 1, Magnum 2. We got it. We're hidden.
Caution. Caution. Altitude. Altitude.
Oh, they turned their radar off, fuckers.
Counter.
They turned off their damn radar. Enemy turned off their radar and blocked a couple of my missiles. SA-5 still active. Alright, switching to Cat 1. What a dick. We got a little bit of damage on it. I got a little bit of damage on the track radar, but it is still operational. They shut off their radar before the missile could hit, so it only hit near them. What's my ride? We're in an F-16C Block 50, so the Rolls-Royce of Vipers. And we are Fubar 11 RTV. Jira. Jesus. It's actually not. Oh no, that's a different missile.
Cat flare. Cat flare. Altitude. Altitude.
I flew too close to Julia.
Cat flare. Pull up. Pull up.
All right, we're gonna have to burn out of here and use a little bit of fuel. I'm sandwiched between those SAM systems.
Cat flare. Cat flare.
Okay, we're out of here. What was Jira? 27. Okay. Okay, there's Jiro right there. Damn, that sucks. I can't believe they shut off their radar right before it hit. That's a bummer. That's dirty pool. At least we know we can do it. It just takes a lot of work. Even the Gecko shut off his radar. So that's craziness. That's the hard mode of North Pole, where the enemy is so psychic that they know when to shut off their radar to make sure you can't hit them. The funny thing was though is they had a missile coming after me and he shut off his radar, but their missile was still coming. If I can remember, I think it was. Wasn't I dodging when that missile was going at him and he shut off his radar? But his missile was still pursuing me, which can't happen. I might be wrong about that. Maybe I had already defended it. Either way, them turning off their radar like that that's next level crazy. If I was in a Hornet, man, it would look so much different. For ones, it would have two gigantic MFDs up here, not these little tiny ones, and you wouldn't be able to see all the sky because you'd have all of the boning and frames of the cockpit and stuff, whereas the Viper has a bubble canopy. So There'd be a bunch of shit here and all up in here, and you'd be kind of cramped in there. In real life? No, not really. Not to that extent. They might know something was fired at them. But those kind of systems also don't just like turn on and off. It's not like a toggle where there's some dude on the ground looking at an RWR and he just hits a switch and it shuts everything down. Then he can just hit a switch and it all turns back on. Those big old SAM systems don't work that nicely. These are old pieces of equipment. You don't just shut them on and off like that. But in DCS on some of these servers, what happens is they're trying to make it more difficult, so they increase the difficulty. The AI that runs the enemy is going to take the higher difficulty that you're trying to script in and try to make it harder, and it does things outside of its reality bounds at times, like psychic tanks and stuff like that. It'll happen. It's not because that's what would happen in real life, it's just because DCS on this server specifically is trying to make it more difficult. Because this is like a hardcore hard mode server. So sometimes shit's gonna happen that's completely unrealistic. Like a SAM system seeing you through a mountain, or a tank that has no idea that you're there, but you drop a JDAM and suddenly it knows to move out of the way because a GPS bomb has just been dropped from like 20-something thousand feet from a plane. They don't even know it's there. Stuff like that will happen on these hardcore servers. You just have to kind of roll with the punches. Oh, nice promotion, Cheese. Good job. Good score. That was a really good score. That's a lot of credits for the team that I will waste. Don't you worry. I'm gonna buy a DCS Porsche and drive it around. Jira traffic, Fubar 11 on crosswind for runway east to west. Jira traffic. Alright, boards out. We didn't do Mach 2 or 9Gs, but yeah, we could. Definitely could now. Alright, gear coming down. Jira traffic, Fubar 11 long final, runway east to west. Yep, take it easy, Tombstone. Come back anytime. I'm here almost every night except for Sunday. And when my body doesn't let me, which does happen. Alright, we gotta drop down. We're way above glide slope. We'll get on speed when we get down lower.
Altitude.
Calm down, Betty. Have a cigarette. Daddy's working. All right, on speed. And on time. We'll be on the ground soon. See if we can get a good aero break. Shouldn't be too hard. We're pretty light. We used up enough fuel and got rid of all of our heavy shit. Should be able to get a good aero break out of this. Or the nose will just come right down really quick. That's a bummer. Scuds? Actually, didn't you guys kill those Scuds at Oscar? Or did they move them? Oh yeah, mission ended. Okay, I got it. You guys got the Scuds. Good stuff. I didn't make any money on that run. Oh, 42 credits. Yay. I can go buy a Pepsi. Oh well, we were trying something really hard to do, so we almost did it. We were close. If that radar would have been on for a few more seconds, that SA-5 radar would be just smoldering rubble right now. It's not an easy thing to do, though. The good thing is that thing should be low on missiles now, right? They fired like maybe 5 or 6 shots at me, right? So if they run out of missiles, it's going to take a long time to reload. Maybe we'll try one more time before I call it a night. The Viper's actually really good at a dogfight, for sure. Especially because of its thrust-to-weight ratio. It just gives you so many options when you're in a dogfight. I don't know what my favorite dogfighter is. I'm a little biased. I would have to say I really enjoy dogfighting in the Tomcat. Mainly because it's a lot harder, but it's so cool. Like, if you really know how to min-max and put the stress on that Tomcat, you can really get so much more out of it. But it definitely takes a lot more work. And it's not very good against anything super modern at all. But I love dogfighting in the Tomcat. See previous comment? Oh, I must have missed it. Oh, okay, I see. 6 rails per battery? Oh, Jesus, really? That means he should be out of missiles, but that means they're reloading right now, which means I've probably only got another 15 minutes or so for them to get another shot off again. I might not be able to do it. We'll see. I'll just get up in the air and see if the SA-5 turns on and fires at me. If it doesn't, we'll get closer and go for it. God, the problem is I got to spend 4 hours driving back to the front of the runway at this crappy airfield. Come on, Syria. Stop creating poop rivers. Give me some more taxiway.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
War's gonna be over by the time I get back to the other side. I still gotta stop and get new fuel, 4 new harms, get a new bag. We're just burning time now. I feel like I should have some big speakers in the back and some hydraulics on my landing gear. See if we can pick up some chicks on the way to the runway. You can definitely pick up chicks in an F-16. I think you can pick up chicks in most jets except for maybe a JF-17. All right, we are back to the front of the runway. It only took half a tank of gas to get here. It's perfect. Okay. All right, parking brake. All right, yeah, let's just reload, rearm. Give me a fresh bag.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
The Viper is a
Copy.
jack of all trades and an ace of a couple. That's why it's still in service, because it's really good. It still holds up. It still gets the jobs done. It still does it for less money and less fuel. Right now you can see the fuel going up. This is our internal fuel. And we're gonna get a belly bag, which will be right here. So when we get the belly bag in, we'll see this needle go straight up. The Viper, it's really easy to see what you have on it. Because you're in a bubble canopy and you're sitting on top of the jet, you just go like this and go, oh look, I've got 2 AIM-9 mics and nothing on the inner pylons. You don't even have to mess with your screens or bring up your stores. You just look left and right. Alright, that steer point was 50, but I don't think it actually pulls it from the memory bank. You know what we should do? What we should do is grab a... Let's use a waypoint that's already being used and let's change it. I want to get a solid waypoint on where I'm going. So steer point 5, we'll go to steer point 5 and let's change it. Let's grab a GPS coordinate off of that SA5 so I know exactly where I'm going right away. So we'll just point it at the ground right here.
Refueling complete.
Alright, so now we're just going to go down here to our Latin long and let's go north. So N, and we'll put in the decimal minutes, 34, 52, 244. Alright, and longitude, we go east 0. And then 3847, 914. Enter, and the altitude is going to be 1,632 feet.
Rearming complete.
1632 in feet. Enter. We don't need time for target. That's it. All right, so now that diamond is where that SA5 is, so we're going to use that instead of the, because you go and have so many waypoints in your flight plan, and that one's all the way out at 50, and we don't have enough space, so we're going to create our own deeper. We could have grabbed 50 and put it somewhere else in the flight plan, but it's easier just to make a good solid waypoint so I know exactly where it is. Switching to Cat 3. We got our 2 harms on here now, and we'll check and make sure we got our fuel tank on the bottom. There you go, we got fuel. All right. Cat 3, let's bring the air brake in. All right, air brake is in. Cycle the jammer. Everything else is good to go. Okay, everything's good to go. Parking brake off. Make sure there's nobody taking off or anything. I think I'm the only person, right? Oh no, we got 2 jets. They haven't moved yet. They haven't started taxiing, so we can just go. Jira traffic, Fubar 11 taking off runway east to west for a southern departure. Jira traffic. All right, we're good to go. We'll do the same thing, and we're just going to do a mill power takeoff to conserve fuel until we need it. If I don't get locked up by that SA5 though, we're hitting the blower and getting up as high as I can. All right, mill power. We'll rotate at about 160 knots, roughly 155. Rotating. Away we go.
Altitude. Altitude.
Block 50. See, there's no, you don't have a big old screen right here in between your legs. Alright, there's our waypoint. We'll just keep a good steady climb going all the way there. As soon as we get rolled out, we'll get fenced in with all of our ELIT systems turned on and everything going. Alright, offset right and climb it up. We're not going to do a steep climb just because we're going to conserve fuel. So that's the fuel in our bag. That's what we're using first. So we want to conserve as much fuel as possible. Because as soon as we hit the blower, we're going to start spending fuel. Like right now, you can see we're spending 12,000 pounds an hour. It's going down as we're climbing up, because the thinner the air, the less fuel it takes to maintain speed. But if I were to slam this thing down, that fuel flow will go all the way up to 80,000 pounds an hour. So when you've got the blower out, you are going through fuel quick. You can't just fly around in full blower. Well, I mean, you can, but that particular action has a definite consequence. That's why when you're traveling great distances in jets and airplanes, you climb up to higher altitudes, because then you can super cruise up there for a lot less fuel, and you can cover a lot more ground. You can see right now we're not changing our throttle at all, and now we're down to 9,500 pounds an hour. If we were to go all the way up to 30,000 feet, I could kill the throttle enough that we'd only be using about 1,800 pounds an hour and maintaining pretty good speed. SA-5 nails, they must have reloaded. Now we're going to stop climbing because we're going to have to dodge missiles again. Let's go ahead and fence in while we can. Power up our harms. ELIT pod is already turning. Yep, we're all fenced in. We're good to go. Actually, he's not shooting yet. He's not shooting yet. If he doesn't shoot after a little bit, I'm going to assume he's on a reload trying to scare me. We're going to continue to climb until he shoots. We're at 18,000 feet. SA-5 fired, defensive.
Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare.
SA-5 defeated. Re-pursuing. There's one missile down. This is such a ridiculous way to try to kill this thing. I know what I'm going to do if I don't kill it this time, because my body's about ready to give out on me. I'm not going to be able to keep flying. So if I don't kill it this time, I'm going to go ahead and spend some of our money to send a Sea strike over there to glass this area a little bit for us. All right, let's offset to the right just for a little bit. For this next shot, let's offset right. Nails SA5. There's a gecko at the military base, it looks like. Indica, is there a gecko at your military base you're dealing with? Yep, there's a gecko. Yeah, Indica, I see your gecko. I'm pulling off of the SA5 for now, and I'm gonna get a shot off on your gecko and take care of that. SA5 fire defensive. We're gonna help Indica because he can't get close enough in his Apache to get that gecko. Probably that gecko's gonna shoot at him.
Cat flare.
I'll let you know as soon as I got a harm heading for that gecko. I'll get him.
Cat flare. Cat flare.
SA5 defeated.
Altitude.
Okay, Indica, I've got your gecko and I've got a solid track file. I'm gonna maneuver for a shot. I got him. Hitting the blower. We're still on the bag. We haven't even used up our bag yet. We're doing really good. So we're gonna use our blower to extend upward to create a good angle on this gecko. We just need a little bit more speed. We're at Mach 0.93. There's the gecko right there. We're gonna invert and shoot. Magnum 1 gecko. That should take care of that gecko at military base. If it's not the right one when it blows up, let me know, Indica. I'm sorry, Stoner 1-1. I doxed you in the middle of a war. You're welcome.
Altitude. Altitude.
Good job on Oscar, everybody. Good job. You guys are doing great work tonight. 8 seconds time of impact for that harm. That looks like a gecko to me right there. That is a gecko launcher right there. Hold this! Okay, Stoner 1-1, your gecko has been decaffeinated. You're free. I'm climbing back up to pursue the SA5. Alright, here we go. I have a track file on the SA5, I just gotta get close enough to shoot. Shit, I gotta get up. I gotta get rid of my bag really quick. Alright, bag's empty. We're on internal fuel. And we're back on the job. There's the SA5. We've got a good PGM. Let's just get altitude and airspeed.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Hitting the blower. Well, at least we killed the gecko for Indica, so he can get some more work done there. There's a gecko at the SA5 site too, but I'm not sure if I can get a shot off on it. That's the SA5 right there. SA5 fired, I'm firing back and going defensive.
Cat flare. Cat flare.
Sadly, I'm kind of trying to keep his radar turned on me to make sure he doesn't shut it off. So I'm kind of playing with fire here a little bit.
Cat flare. Cat flare. Cat flare. Cat flare. Altitude. Altitude.
Okay, I defeated the missile. I'm trying to pull up to make sure his radar stays on. His radar is still on. Come on, baby. Give me the goods. Mach 1. Yeah, he's still turning. I got 2 more harms. I'm gonna give him another one. Mach 1, Magnum 1. I'm gonna put one on the Gecko too. Mach 1, Magnum 1. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna stay. He's out of missiles. He is 100% out of missiles. That's why he's not trying to lock me again. Switching to Cat 1. Looks like it's tracking. Oh, he turned off the friggin' radar again. You son of a bitch. It's... oh, this is silly. There's the Gecko. 100%, that's the Gecko right there. I got the Gecko, but the SA-5 kept shutting his radar off as soon as his missile failed. It just started toggling its radar on and off. That's bullshit. Oh, wait. It might actually be dead. Nope, it's still there. Yeah, what a pile of shit. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna mark it. Okay, this SA-5 is right down here. We're going for it. I'm gonna die, but I don't care. We're going for it. I don't see it yet. Okay, there it is right there. It's over here. There's probably a Strela down here too, so I'm probably gonna get hit by a shore rat, but... I don't know which one of those... is that... one of these is the radar. I think that's the radar right there. That's got to be the radar, yeah.
Altitude. Altitude. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Altitude.
Plots. I couldn't put back on the stick hard enough, I'm sorry. My arms are just dead. I didn't have anything left in me. Oh, that was not the radar. That was not the radar. That was the search radar I was shooting at. I shot the wrong radar. It was the one right next to it. I'm sorry though. Yeah, I just couldn't fly anymore. I couldn't pull back. Yeah, suboptimal. Well, I heard them a bunch. I killed their Gecko and some of their other stuff. I killed their long-range search radar, so that we got to get closer for them to know I'm coming now. But I can't. I'm not gonna be able to fly again. My arms are just too shot. So here's what we gonna do. Let me spawn in. Here's all my modules, all my jets and shit. Not all of them, most of them though. They don't have some of them in here. We're just spawning in so I can spend a little bit of money to shore up some defenses before I'm done. We're not going to be able to fly. My arms just don't got it. Whoops. This is one of my favorite jets of all time, though. I don't know why I'm setting it up to take off. I'm not taking off. All right. Let's see. Oscar, we're looking at 230, 220, 210, somewhere around 30, 40 miles. Indica will probably, if he stays fighting, he'll probably clear out military base. If Jake is still going to be online, he can probably definitely help him take out military base too. Jake, I'm going to tell you that I'm sending some flights of stuff to the SA5 site. If they kill those SAMs, you should be able to get in there with your A10 and kill everything else without any issue at all. There might be a Strela down there that you can kill with a Maverick outside of its range, no problem. You just got to wait for the SA5 to be dead. Once the SA5's track radar, which is called a square pair, once that's dead, you can fly right up in there and kill everything. Just use your targeting pod and look for a Strela first. If you don't see one, go for it. After the SA5's dead. Until then, you're just gonna have to wait. But there are flights that'll be up in the air soon. The Tornadoes are in the air right now. They're heading for the SA5 site. I'm also gonna put some cap up. I'm gonna have a cap flight above military base in uniform, so in case the enemy starts launching a bunch of shit from Palmyra or Rayek, or even Al Nasiri, you guys should have some cover for a bit. There is some SAMs at Juliet as well. I sent one strike group there just to see if they can help it, but there is an SA2 at Juliet. SA2 is pretty easy though. Maybe. Should be. If you can do CAD, you can do an SA2. I probably should have killed the SA2 instead of messing with the SA5, but I really wanted to get that SA5. Wings out! Oh, it's too bad I can't do it. Alright, let me see who's flying. I'm gonna get you guys rated over somewhere. There's no way I can fly anymore. The next time should be tonight. I fly almost every single night. The only night I don't fly on regularly is I don't fly on Sunday night regularly, and sometimes in the middle of the week, sometimes my body sucks and I just can't do it, like tonight. But even tonight I was able to fly a little bit. I'm usually around. I'm always in, I mean, not always, but you can get into my Discord to get a hold of me most any time. If I don't get right back to you, I'll get back to you when I see it. So I'm not hard to find. It's too bad there's not more cover there. Indica can probably sneak up in there with his Apache. Honestly, SA-5s can't really shoot targets close to the ground, really, but I guess on that server, probably can. But in reality, no. Alright, let's see who's flying on Twitch. I will get you guys rated. You know, if my browser would open. There we go. Oh, Santa's flying. I'm gonna raid Santa. Santa's my boy. He's the one that owns the server we were just on. He's a great guy. We're definitely raiding Santa. Oh god, it even hurts to type. That sucks. The sad part is I'm not even really old. My body just sucks ass. Make sure I got the right one here. Yep, okay, raid's going through on Santa. It'll go through in just a couple of minutes. Again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm sorry the stream is not very long, but my body does suck. It's gonna happen from time to time. I'll be back tonight, like normal. I don't know if I'm going to make any shorts or anything tonight for the channel. I might later, but my arms start feeling a little better. But I'll be in the Discord. If you need me, that's where you can find me. Where's an ending song? There we go. All right, take it easy, everybody.